Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another, to the first War Thunder review that I've ever done. And I'm going to do it on the F2 because I've been having some amazing games in this thing. Some absolutely amazing games. For arcade, my most kills I've ever done in the game is, thanks to this thing, 15. Because it is just such an insane vehicle, insanely good vehicle. So I'm going to do my review on it. Well, we'll see how this goes as the first review. Maybe we'll do some more. But anyway, let's have a look at the stats of this vehicle. And we can do that right off the bat, because it's right on the left-hand side. And there's no menus, so there's no transitions needed. So we're just going to go straight into it. It's got a 75mm KWK-40 L43 cannon and carries 87 ammo. 88 if you count the one in the cannon at the start. And it's got one 7.92mm MG34 machine gun with a 3000 ammunition. Turret rotation speed is 14.5 degrees a second, which is just okay. It's normal, somewhat, it's okay. It doesn't hamper the tank much. I mean, when you get to the Panzer IV G and then Air H and then J, it gets a bit slow. But for now, it's pretty good. It's okay. I mean, it's okay for its tier. 3.7 BR rating. It's okay. Moving on. Gun depression, -10 is fantastic. Fantastic gun depression of -10. And 20 degrees elevation is okay. I don't really need it as much as you think you might need it. But it's there. It's nice to have. Reloading speed is about 7 seconds or 6.9 seconds I have right here. So that's okay. That's not like the best in the world. I mean, you'd use this tank as more of a sniping tank at the back of the field. But 7-second reload rate, it's fine. Now we come to the armour, or the fact of lack thereof armour. Here's the armour. And it's got 50mm on the front, 30 on the side, and 30 on the rear. And it's the same for the turret as well. But it has got some additional add-on track armour. I believe there might be a modification for that. Let's have a look at the modifications. Yep. Add-on armour. Let's just take that off for the start here. Uninstall that. And now you see, this is what the Panzer IV F2 looks like. Just like unmodified with no additional armour on it. And it's quite bad. Especially for the 3.7 tier, you do get some guns that can deal quite a lot of damage. And they have quite a high penetration. So we have flat 50mm armour, which is easy as peas to pen. We have sloped 20mm armour, but is effectively 50mm. So some shells might not do a lot of damage to it, but still it has got no armour. Now there's a little lip down here, which is 50mm, but sloped to this angle, Jesus, it is 172mm. And then the side is even worse, because it's just 30 all along, but the tracks are somewhat big, but they won't block many shots. They'll just block it if you hit that up here. Side of the turret and then the cupola. This isn't actually a hitbox. The back of the... I'm not entirely sure if it's like a basket thing. At the back of the tank. Not really anything to worry about. Don't shoot it, or it'll just blow up, but it won't do any damage to the tank. And then we come to the back of the tank, and it's basically just the engine. So shoot here if you want to do some... If you want to just stop the tank in its tracks. And then if you can see above it, well, you can just have free reign of doing damage to any part of it, because it has literally no armour on the top of the tank, which is pretty much the same as most tanks of this tier. But anyway, let's put on the add-on armour, the additional armour, by installing it here. And we can see that it does us in certain places, like around the machine gun and the driver's hatch, or the driver's viewport. Gives 50mm of extra armour to places where it really does need it, so it does add quite a bit of anti-heat or anti-HE shell, anti-HE deflection there, but it's not really worth anything. But anyway, moving on, let's go to the armor penetration of the fantastic gun. The gun is fantastic. I can't emphasize, is that a word? I don't know, but I can't make it clear enough. This gun is fantasmic, all the fans. It's amazing. So it has 135mm of pen at 100 meters, 121 at 500 meters, and 1,000 meters is 107mm of pen. And it has four different ammo types. But I just use the APC BC armor-piercing capped ballistic cap shell for pretty much all engagements. I don't really take any heat or any APCR or any HG for that matter. APCR is pretty good because the muzzle velocity is 990 meters a second, which is huge. So easy peasy to hit tanks that are on the move with this shell, but it doesn't really have much stopping power in the way of this, what the normal shell does. So right off the bat, without upgrading any of the ammo, you already have a gun that can do beastly amounts of damage to a tank. Right, let's have a look at. It weighs 22 tons. Okay, engine power is 572 horsepower. Max speed of 30 miles an hour, which is it's normal. It's okay for this. Inclination of 43 degrees and a visibility of 98%. That's just mainly because it's somewhat tall, and this cupola at the top makes it very visible to people that if you're hiding behind a bush, you can see it pretty easily. So let's look at X-ray. So this is what you want to pay attention to, because this is where you want to shoot this tank if you ever come up to face it. Right. So if you see it up front, gunner sits in the right hand side of the turret. Commander is basically in the cupola here, and the loader is on the left hand side. You have a machine gunner on the left hand side of the hull and a driver on the right hand side of the hull. Transmission is at the front. Shoot this and it will completely immobilize the tank. Ammunition is right behind the driver, so you want to shoot round about where the transmission is, but want the shells to go right inside there, hit the ammo. This thing is just a walk-in ammo rack, so bear that in mind. If you get the sides, you're in for an even more lucky of a day, because the ammo is right there. So just shooting where you might hit the ammo, and if it doesn't blow up, you hit the gunner behind it. However, there is a huge ammo rack here, so I'll just show you there. That is, so there's the ammo there, and there's the ammo there on top. So the gunner sits around that bit, so just shoot there for the ammo, gunner, commander and loader. And at the front here, you want to shoot here for the driver and machine gunner. So, without further ado, let's get into some interesting gameplay of this tank in action. And here we are watching a game I had recently in the Panzer IV F2 on some desert map playing arcade. I like to play arcade when I'm trying to grind tanks, but when I'm super serious or super serial, I will play simulator battles or realistic, especially in this tank. This tank is amazing for those types of game modes. But I was also playing with other people, so I like to do arcade when I'm playing with other people. And you'll see them probably shooting my tank in this video replay. However, it's arcade and the friendly fire's off. But anyway, we're gonna roll up here, and we're gonna use a certain tactic. There's a specific tactic you use in this tank, and no matter where you are, you want to use your gun depression as the biggest strength of your tank. So you've seen me in the last two videos I put out on the channel, links in the description below, about the Panzer IV F2, where I had some great games in it. You'll see one factor always the same, and that is I'm using some sort of hill. Because the gun depression is minus 10 degrees, and the armour is complete and utter shite. Or shizer, or whatever that means. But it is complete crap. So you don't want to use your hull armour to fight tanks. So what you want to do is just use your turret armour. Your turret armour isn't very good, but it's a small profile when you crest the ridge. So what you really want to do is crest the ridge, use your amazing accurate gun to get a shot on target, and you really need to know where to aim, especially with this kind of gun. Look at that, hit the Cromwell there for our second kill of the game. But that's what you want to do. You want to use hills. You want to get up on the hill, use your gun depression, crest the ridge line, pop a shot into a tank. Make sure you hit either his gun. If you hit his gunner, then Bob's your uncle. You can stay there. You can stay there, have another shot. If you don't kill his gunner, you pop back into cover. You wait until your reload's done. You might get your binoculars up, look over the ridge line to see if he's still looking at you. And if he isn't still looking, if he's engaging another target, wait for the smoke of his gun. If he fires his gun and he's engaging another target, then you pop over again, have another accurate shot on target, and hopefully destroy him. Now, would have liked some better team coordination from my teammate there in the SU-122, who told me there was an enemy coming, but didn't tell me where the direction the enemy was coming from. But never mind. We did number damage on that Sherman there by taking out his ammo rack. So the ammo rack in the Sherman is pretty much in the same place as the Panzer IV F2, or the Panzer IV in general, really. Calling in some artillery on the pass up ahead, to stop enemy tanks from crawling their way up this pass and into my kill zone here. So I've made this kill zone here, so we got the ridge line of the hill, and we're using our gun depression, so they can't see. They can only see my turret, but every so often I can get a shot into them when they come round. And this is a unique part of this map. There is this tower, and this position is very, very strong. Now, I normally do use this Panzer IV F2 in amazingly strong hilly positions, like this one here. So they can't see you until they've fully committed around that corner. So you can put effective shots on them as they come round to commit. So pretty much a camper's tactic, but it's War Thunder, and camping is somewhat necessary in most situations. Unless one of those situations is taking a capture point, which I wouldn't recommend in this thing because it explodes rather easily. And capture points are often out in the open and not having much cover associated with the capture point, mainly because of balance and stuff. Because capture points need to be out in the open or something like that. Valentine, easy shot on the Valentine. Able to, if you kill 2 of those crew and they don't have a person to resupply, it's only a 3-man crew, so it dies easily. So KV1 in the distance, easy pen for the Panzer IV F2, especially on the side armour. You can pen the flat frontal hull armour of the KV1 with this tank. The gun is especially potent against them things. The CR SU-122 is having trouble down there dealing with a Panzer IV-G, the elder brother to this tank. Panzer IV-G sort of, from what I've read of the tank, irons out some of the disadvantages this tank has. However, I don't know if it does in this game. And I tend to focus on what is actually in the game rather than is what was actually in history. Because, you know what I mean, if you talk about something that happened in history, then you get one idea about the tank that you're trying to review on. But still, LVT, easy pen, but I somehow hit his track, one of the wheels on his track there, and didn't do any damage to him. Now the SU-122 here is a bit of a... wants to try and block me there. I just want to go around the corner, and then he stops right there. Ugh, teammates. But never mind. We're going to rush around the corner here. Now, this isn't the tactic I'd recommend in the Panzer IV F2. However, with teammates with you, it can be a good tactic. Now, the teammate was drawing the fire there from the enemy tanks, so I popped round as soon as I saw the tank shoot at my teammate. And I engaged him, put a shot straight onto the Cromwell, killed the entire crew, and he was my 7th kill and my 3rd assist. Now, we're going to call in some more artillery up ahead, and then we're going to go back up the hill, back to the cap, and I want to go round the cap part because I don't want to go where the fighting is. It's more, this tank is more of a flanking tank and more of a support tank than anything else. You can't commit. You really can't commit. You can't cap objectives on your own. You really need support from teammates to do effectively in this thing. So definitely go somewhere either hilly on your own, lone wolf. If you want to do lone wolf tactics, you want to be hilly location and a bit of a camper. But if you want to cap those objectives, you definitely need teammates. You need to go where the team is. I jumped into a bomber here. I think this is a Dornier. Not really one with planes. I used to be one with planes, but as soon as I jumped into tanks, I've never looked back really. Maybe I'll do some reviews on planes, especially like the Spitfires, because I'm biased in that regard. But hopefully we'll get some bombs on target here. On the M3, who cannot move really because he's a half track with a very awkward gun on. As War Thunder has buttered my controls here, and I can't see, when I'm in gunner mode, when I'm shooting back at people, I can't really use the WSA or D keys, which is odd. But no matter, this tank, tank, whatever. Could be a tank in disguise. This plane does come with a forward firing cannon, which I use effectively to get some shots on target. Our kills are up to 9 now, because we've got 2 kills down there. with our bombs on the M3 and the other tank we dropped the bomb on, which I can't actually remember because my memory is quite bad. But anyway, let us push on forwards into the game here. I'm going to always use hills to our advantage. There was a small hill there, but I didn't know what was around the corner, so I had to use that small hill. I had a fair idea that there wasn't something threatening around the corner because there's a teammate around the corner, but I'm gonna use the hill always to my advantage. Anywhere there's a hill, even a slight one, I'm gonna use it to my advantage. Now most tanks do help in this regard. I mean, if there's like a small hill, you don't want to see most of your tank, most of any tank for that matter. This is where you'll see this. Right, so look, I exposed my side to attack to a stud on the side flank there, which I didn't know was there, and immediately they shot my turret and took out my gunner and my loader. So effectively we're gonna have a less accurate gun now and have a less longer reload time. Panzer J1 took out his driver and his loader. Another shot in there takes out his commander and he's down. We'll go for the stud 3 F over there, and he might be our last kill. Or no, there is an M15. M15 is the one with the cannon and the machine guns. I always get confused between the M16 and the M15 for that matter. I always get told with where I'm playing game at the time. If I see an M15, I always ask my teammate, "Is that the one with the machine guns or the cannon?" And, well, technically it is both, but we got 12 kills and 4 assists, and that's pretty much what I entirely get in this game. But anyway, a bit of a weird thing up here. There's just nowhere to go. Could have gone behind, but thought YOLO, just jump off a cliff, see what happens. A bit of a view of the surroundings, and then just leap for it and hope for the best. Absolutely nothing. War Thunder, physics. Now, like the normal things that happens in this town, I got a load of medals in that game. 12 kills, 4 assists, insane game for me. My most kills in this tank is 15, and that's my most kills in any tank really. And I just want to make this video because this tank just felt so damn good for me. I have had so many replays that are having a great game in this tank. That's been a look at the Panzer IV F2. Great vehicle in my opinion. First review I've done for War Thunder, so show us some love give us a like if you want to see more of this, especially since this is the first episode. However, if many people show interest in this, in me doing more reviews and that of War Thunder, I'll certainly make more videos because I haven't been back into this game. I used to play for quite a long time ago, simulator battles, until they took out simulator battles as like when you used to press to battle as a simulator battle, but now it's all just simulator battle events. But yeah, great tank in my opinion. I only got it back in the day because I wanted to play simulator battles. I haven't played any realistic tank battles, and I didn't play any simulator battles before I got this. And as soon as I got this, the first game I had in this was a simulator battle, and that really trained me to use it in the future, as whether it's in arcade or realistic or simulator. But it is incredible. The gun offers great penetration, great accuracy, just stats. Huge amount of great stats about that. Armour, not the best in the world. Mobility, it's normal, somewhat normal. There's about this tier, but the F2 is about in the place where it really shines. The BR of 3.7 in arcade really shine. That is like the perfect placement for this tank. Because all the other tanks can just die instantly to the amazing gun you have, and there's nothing you can't really pen. Now, the Panzer IV comes after this, and maybe that's a bit higher in the BR rating. So when I take a look at if I take a look at that in the future, because I have unlocked it, then maybe it won't be so favoured in my opinion. But anyway, if you want to see more of these videos, make sure you like the video in the somewhere down below. Give us a comment on what tank you want to see, if you want to see any. And thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you hopefully next time.